so obviously she's going to be addressing people again. Probably should be in my Twin Adder uniform. So, yeah, let's go ahead and speak with Wuklemat again to take on the next level 96 main story quest entitled Together as One. Before investigating the dome, Wuklemat wishes to see to one important matter. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure them that all will be well. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are the most distressed that truly need hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. Care to join us, Matthias? Yeah, of course. While you handle that, hidden as you are, Anvil and I will see to provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Lance Guard announce the address. People must first know that there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the Resplendent Quarter and Baystar Bevy, Alisade and I will split the rest of the city between us. Alright. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and warp out of here. So over to the Resplendent Quarter. Yeah, the music's still very much just solemn right now. Looks like, yeah, first person we actually need to speak to is this farmer over here. Yeah, just want to get my bearings first. If Tuliolal falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build. Lives and communities and histories, all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Val Wuklemat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Well, let me explain it to you, sir. Really? The Dawn Servants have a plan already? They've lost so much, yet they're prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. Alright, let's drop down then. So yeah, we see another person over here. A level-headed resident. I still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Val Wuklemat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. This person does not need to be persuaded to attend Wuklemat's address. And we're still looking for 2 more people who really need to hear what needs to be said. Like a sorrowful citizen right over here. Yeah, you're gonna be really in pain. Please leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. But we need you to hear what's going to be said. A good Lord Judge is slain, and yet Val Wuklemat and Val Kona still fight for our nation. For us. Very well. If they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Indeed, you must. Continue to make our way down. Yeah, we have a cheerful resident, so clearly we don't need to speak to that person. But this despairing alpaca herder definitely needs to be talking to. It's not safe here anymore. I could try to lead Tyrell, but where else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear no one in Tyrell is beyond the enemy's reach. What of the lands across the salt? You're just gonna give up on this land that easily?
I know. Even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tyrol. This is my home. And I know the Dawn Servants would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say.
Now we gotta find more distressed citizens, so they also said more would be in Bateside Bevy, so let's make the long run down there. And it will be a long run. So yeah, while we're making the journey, I apologize for the late start this evening, but the OneDrive that was in effect that transferred over all my stuff over from my old PC to my new PC was full somehow, and so I had to deal with that before I could go on air tonight. So let's speak with this citizen.
I need to stock up on food and medicine as much as I can. What else is there? I can't afford to forget anything.
Excuse me.
Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do and too little time. There's no telling when those still men will return. I have to get out of here. Find somewhere safe.
But before you do that...
Val Clamart wants to speak to us. Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say.
That's right. Forge onward. You find a resting person, a resting residence. But do they need help though?
Whew, cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy hobbing as well, I'm guessing? Right now it's tough for everyone, but truly won't succumb to this. With the new Dawn Servants to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together.
This person does not need to be persuaded to attend. So yeah, we must keep looking. And just across the street is a paranoid resident. Excuse me.
I can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? And what are those strange machines they're moving overhead? Of course, I have so many questions.
Yeah, young lady, we need you to focus on me.
I'll see. It will put my mind at ease to learn something. Anything of the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you. I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawn Servants have to say.
Yeah, we have a composed merchant over here, so we don't have to focus on him. Yeah, who else needs a talking to right now? Yeah, there's so much ground to cover. Well, how about this flustered citizen hiding behind the wagon? Excuse me? Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Val Clamart and Val Kona mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. Well, yeah, this is the biggest amount of experience they're ever gonna get. They're going to strike back at the enemy? So they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. So now that we've spoke with enough people, gotta go find the Aetherite. We gotta go back to the palace, cause yeah, that's where Wook is still waiting on us. Alright, let's go on inside. So as we run up the stairs, yeah, we've got to hurry. We got to try and do what we can before everyone falls apart. Wook, we're back.
It looks like you brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alice had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. Yeah, that sounds like her, alright. My apologies for involving you all in Tyrali affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tyrol, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zeraljar and his enemy pose a threat not only to Tyrol, but to the Star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. That's right. Thank you. And now the yawns are kicking in. I don't expect you've had much of any rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine, thanks to a little encouragement from Mathia. I do what I can. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. Oh, yawns. We need to see a few things first, but feel free to go on ahead to the plaza and wait. Yeah, you two cats have some business to take care of beforehand. Speaking of this cat, their father raised them well. Not often we see a smile on you, Ishtola. That he did. And as for you, Ken Ram, and so the next day, with the nation still in shock, and even Makul Jaja is here. And so is Baba. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah. This is the first big address you've had to make since becoming Dawn servants.
Namachi, are you alright?
Yes. Don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
Yeah, don't leave her alone.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
Well, then walk out there with her. Yeah. And so now... Hi, everyone.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel.
Yeah, if you were here an hour ago, Bubba, you would know why. Yeah, you'll have to watch the VOD later.
And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha?
Yeah, that'll cause
It's true!
shockwaves.
I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well.
Including Mr. Arenville.
But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
Yeah, we're still working on that. And yeah, they're watching this as we speak. Yeah, it's not like we can give you an answer about dealing with an airborne foe.
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
Yeah, you probably laugh
So
at
the
this.
resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan.
Yeah, I guess we really do have you on our side, don't we?
Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind.
Yeah, let's think about that later.
What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're two Leolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
I guess we've got them on our side.
We're all together in this!
We told them what they needed to hear, and we've got them back cheering on us, cheering us on. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky.
Yeah, how are we gonna do that though?
When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuli Yolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation. Each and every one of you.
Yeah, and that includes the big guy, the old guy, and even some random visitors from another part of the world.
Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliyollal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Yeah, in the midst of all their cheering, I was really hoping to see some more of the skull clapping. Yeah, I really wanted to see some of that at least. So, let's go ahead and conclude the quest by speaking with Grahatia.
Listening to Wukwalmat and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Custarium in like manner, and through their deeds they answered me. The people of Troll too will rise to the occasion, this I can tell.
Yes, indeed we will. So, we'll take our 1,035,000 experience points, 992 gil, plus a pair of item level 669 boots. And so with that, new side quests are now starting to pop up once again here in and around the area. So, probably not exactly the best time to do this, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Since we're coming up on 2 hours, I might as well just pick off these 3 quests that are here before we call it a night. So let's go ahead and change over to my paladin, and we'll start helping people out. And thankfully we don't have to go very far for our first person. Let's go ahead and speak with Kulalja. Let's speak with him to take on his quest entitled Gilding the Lily. Kuralja seeks to introduce an all-new organization to Tural. Given what's going on, I can understand what this could possibly be about. You are one of our Wuklamal's entourage, yes? How fortuitous. I happen to have a small request of you. I understand that in Eosia, you have an organization called the Adventurers Guild. For some time now, the Wing of Reflection has been deliberating on whether to introduce a similar organization here. The issue is all the more pressing in light of recent events. If the city were to come under attack again, the Landsguard alone may be unable to cope. But before we proceed, we wish to canvass the people of Tuliyollal. I hear that guilds are often based in locales where residents gather, taverns and eateries and such. I believe Jabali of Tai is a close approximation. I would ask that you visit Jabali of Tai to discuss the matter with Bukivu and seek his permission to conduct a survey among the patrons. Okay, we can definitely do that. That means warping on over to Bayside Bevy. And we'll go ahead and throw ourselves down to the lower floor, because that's where Bukivu is. Yeah, it's probably gonna have to serve a lot more drinks right now. Hey, Brook. And you say this Adventurers Guild would look to assemble here at Jabali of Tai. Well, we have been getting more foreign patrons of late, and they do seem to struggle when it comes to finding guides and souls to hire. I suppose this place would be ideal for putting travelers in touch with mercenaries and what have you. Still, you might have a hard time convincing the patrons that they benefit from this guild you speak of. Anyway, feel free to mingle. Just don't make it sound like the palace have already committed to the idea, okay? Meanwhile, who's up for nachos? Yeah, I got nachos and tacos and some kebabs. Yeah, probably in the style of the, what do they call it in Brazil? Picanha. Picanha. Yeah, I was just seeing a video about that a few days ago. Let's go ahead and speak with the people, including Zaxtel. Or Zaxte in this instance. So adventurers will set up shop here at Jabali of Tai? Well, if it means us regular folk can find people willing to solve our problems, I'd be all for it. Zawalja never seemed to care much about our plight. You could plead all you liked, but the Landsguard would rarely get involved. Then again, we've already got the Wing of Protection and Wing of Reflection. We'd likely be better served getting the institutions we do have to play their part before we try anything else. Fair enough. And then over here is Bikulja. I'd be more than happy dealing with adventurers if they were all like you, but if the place was suddenly flooded with boorish sellswords, that's another thing entirely. I'm not looking to tar you with all the same brush, but you know how some of them behave. Gazing out to the beach, sipping on a glass of something sweet and refreshing, that's what Jabali of Tai is all about. May it never change. It looks like this won't be as easy as they thought. And finally, Tanakwe.
What we need to do is... What need do we have for an organization like that? Val Klamat has our interests close at heart, while she's often in here listening to our troubles. Besides, Brooke Evu already works hard to make Jabali of Tai a welcoming place for all, foreign visitors included.
Yeah, it looks like the response will be a resounding no. So we'll have to go ahead and break it to the guy. I mean, his heart's certainly in the right place, but it seems like the people just aren't interested. And I can relate to that from personal experience. Alright, back over to Kalalja. Sir? You spoke with the patrons, yes? Thank you. What did the people of Tuliolol have to say about the notion of an adventurers guild? I'm afraid it's not going to be the answer you're looking for. I see. You say some patrons would welcome the influx of people willing to aid them, but others were wary of welcoming unsavory characters to the Jabali of Tai. A rather more lukewarm response than I had hoped for. It seems that first and foremost, there is room for improvement with our current institutions. Besides, the patrons sound rather attached to the Jabali of Tai they know and love. I have no doubt that an adventurers guild would flourish here in Tural, if only the concept were more familiar. Nevertheless, I fear the time is not yet ripe for such discussions. Introducing the guild without the necessary groundwork would likely prove counterproductive. For the time being, my colleagues and I will continue our deliberations. Thank you for your assistance, adventurer. That we could help, so we'll take our 403,000 experience points, 785 gil, plus an item level 669 hand coffer. Alright, so we got one near the Resplendent Quarter, and we also have one south from the main Aetheryte, so let's hit the Resplendent Quarter first. Let's go ahead and leap down. And our person of interest will be right over here, near the Alpaca Farm. This savvy stable master over here, so let's go ahead and speak with him to take on his quest entitled A Dying Breed. The savvy stable master's herd is missing an alpaca or two.
Mathia, isn't it? I've heard all about your affinity with the alpacas. My cousin works on the ranch at Rochumpello. He was practically gushing. As it so happens, I have need of your talents. Some of the herd escaped during the attack on the city the other day. I managed to round most of them up, but was still too short. They haven't been seen leaving via the gates, so I think it's safe to assume that they're hiding somewhere within the city walls. So, how about it? Can I ask you to round up those last two stragglers?
Certainly.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm sure that I don't need to tell you, but despite being trained as mounts, alpacas are easily rattled. If you come across those stragglers, make sure you soothe them first. Got that? No sudden movements.
Sure thing. So we'll go ahead and set the hotbar right here. Now, where are our two? Well, one of them is actually not that far away. Right over at the dirigible landing. Yeah, probably prancing around or galloping around or whatever it is that alpacas do. We got an absconding alpaca over here. Yeah. Hey there, big boy. Calm down. The suitably soothed animal makes its way nonchalantly back to the alpaca stables. As for the other one, it's chilling out near the main aetheryte. You know, trying to hide somewhere close by? Yep, right over here. No need to worry there, little guy. The suitably soothed animal makes its way back. And thus we've sent them on their way. All apart from the dirigible landing this time. Just trying to find that path. Yeah, they put the aetheryte conveniently behind the buildings rather than in front of them. So back on over to the stables. And we'll see how the stable master is faring.
Thank you. Those two stragglers arrived safe and sound a little while ago. A masterful display of alpaca husbandry. No wonder you were asked to play a part in the rite of succession.
Glad I could help.
These alpacas are direct descendants of the mounts we Pelu presented as a sign of friendship when Tuliolal was founded. I'm sure you've heard the tale of Galul Jar Jar catching a golden alpaca. Well, the creatures we gifted were sired by that shiny beast itself. To say they had quite the pedigree would be a gross undervaluation. And you can be sure that their legacy survives today. These beasts are fleet of foot and strong of limb, just like their ancestors. If you have ever need of a mount, you could do far worse than a Tuliolal alpaca. Right, I should tend to the two that you so kindly brought back. I appreciate all the help.
So we'll take our 403,000 experience points, 699 gil, plus an item level 669 bracelet coffer. And away he goes. So that just leaves the one near the main aetheryte, so I'll just warp directly there. So as we head on down into the markets, where we still see the scars of battle. Yeah, good luck to whoever has to clean this up. So we have a dutiful deckhand here conversing with Zabilja. Let's see what the deckhand has to say as we take on our last of the new side quests here within Tuliolal, entitled Of Crates and Correspondence. The dutiful deckhand's problems are twofold: waylaid cargo and one very concerned mother. Look, Zabilja, I know you're waiting on a letter from your son, but I'm just asking that you cut me a little slack. True enough, we picked up a letter from your son back in Eosia, but with all of that legal here in the city, our cargo ended up all over the place. Until we take stock of things, there's no telling where that might be.
Oh, I see. Well, please do come and find me if that letter turns up. I live over in the Resplendent Quarter.
Am I right in thinking you're an adventurer from Eosia? Apologies about all that just now. I'll tell you, never thought I'd end up running into so much trouble right after dropping anchor. Yeah, how much was your timing in terms of how much it sucked? So, I reckon you could help me fetching the last few supply crates that got waylaid in all the trouble. I tell you, I'd rather sail straight into an island gate rather than see him under fretting over a son like that. If you help gather the crates, I can get to searching for that letter. Okay. Here we demonstrated some impressive upper body strength earlier on, as in literally the first quest of the evening, so I guess we gotta do it again. Except this time we don't have to lug them over our heads. And the other 2 crates are over here, maybe? And there's still one more to find. In fact, yeah, looks like it's going to be on the opposite side. Yeah, here it's not Rogadin who lugged the crates around, it's Jabral. Okay, there it is. And we'll pass by you. And go pick up crate number 3. And let's take it back. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we hear cheerful music here in this place again. Looks like all my crates are present and accounted for. Much obliged. Right, I've got myself a letter to find. So here you go. So, Sibilja, was it? I never found this bleeding letter. Oh, hold on, what's this here? Never thought I'd done to find the darn thing so quick. She says she lived under a splendid quarter, didn't she? I hate to ask, but would you mind taking this letter to Sibilja for me? I can do that indeed. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, that's hustle, cuz we have a very distraught mother right now to deal with. So hustle on back over to the main Aetherite and go to the Resplendent Quarter. Yeah, is it this place, this area she lives in? Yeah, there she is, by the lake. Oh, hello there, sightseeing spot. Yeah, I know this isn't the time, but I'm gonna forget about it if I don't do this now, so might as well pick it up. Alright, over to Sibilja, and let's give her what she needs.
Oh, you're that fellow from earlier, yes?
Indeed I am, and I have what you're looking for.
You found it? You came all the way from my son Latul. This came all the way from my son Latul Jar in Eorzea.
Yeah, what's he doing so far home? I'm glad it was found, or Latul Jar? Oh, do I know this name?
My son became acquainted with an Eorzean mage who was visiting Tyrol. They ended up traveling back to Eorzea together. Apparently, they wanted to promote the blue magic techniques they learned from the Wallachine or some such.
Oh. That's how that gets dropped in there.
Laturja's always been very good about keeping in touch, but with everything that's happened of late, I couldn't help but assume the worst. You can't imagine what a relief it was laying eyes on that letter just now. I do hope he's eating well, though. I wonder if they have cornbread in Eorzea. It's always been his favourite. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like a moment alone to read my son's letter. Please, give my thanks to the deckhand.
Alright, we can do that. I guess we can just simply warp back to Tuliyollal to do it. And then from there we can... Yeah, I guess we could just simply run back like we did before. So as nighttime falls on in the land of Tyrol, of course we know what's hovering overhead. Yeah, literally go directly southeast and you'll see it. Sir? You get that letter over to Sibilja, did you? Like I said, you hate to see someone running for their loved ones. Glad we could put our mind at ease. Most my wool jar that head for Eorzea end up as mercenaries. Imagine there's a fair few who set sail and never got word back. Seems like old Zabil just son was a decent lord though. I tell you, all this has got me pining for me family. Left them back in Limsey, you see. Not that there's time for dilly-dallying when there's work that wants to be doing. Thanks for your help, adventurer. Oh, glad we could do what we could, so we'll take our 403,000 experience points and 872 gil. So that concludes this wave of side quests for Tuliolal, which means we go back now to the palace to take on the main quest. But we're over 2 hours now, so we will leave that for another time. And so, yeah, the mood has definitely changed here in Tuliolal and in Tural as a whole after a jealous failure decided he wasn't going to take his defeat lying down and was willing to do whatever it took to get his revenge. And revenge is still very much on his mind, so now he's goading us to come and take him on. So the process for that will begin tomorrow. So I will do one more stream this weekend, tomorrow night, and so I hope to see you all there, and we will find out how are we going to not only get access to the dome in Yasulani, but how are we gonna bring down these massive ships? You'll just have to join me tomorrow to find out how that process will get underway. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. See you guys again tomorrow night as we need to really take stock and scope, and now that we have everyone on board, now we have to get those guys off board and crash into the water or whatever, because yeah, as long as they're there, we're always gonna have that fear always creeping behind us. So thanks everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.